Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm playing Roblox Pilot Training Flight Simulator, and I'm going to be flying across the map, flying tons of different aircraft. So let's get started. So this is our first aircraft. It's only a little small prop plane, and this plane is called the Atr-72. I'm just going to give you a quick tour. It's not really too big. So right here, this is where you board, and here's the place where you sit, like the cabin, and then here's the cockpit. Also on the outside, we also have like a little bit of a cargo compartment. So let's close these up. So we'll get our pushback tug right here to bring the airplane back, so we can actually fly it to the, take it to the runway. I don't know if I'm actually doing a good job at explaining this, but so I'm just gonna grab onto the aircraft here. And sorry, this looks a little weird. I'm just gonna take this out right here. We're gonna take it a little bit forward, and then we'll detach, delete this, and then we'll get in the airplane. Oh, here we go. I just need to get to the runway. Alright, here we go. I'm going to get a view on the so I'm just going to get a quick, a nice view. I'm gonna get one right here. I think this is a good view. Alright, so here we are speeding up. And here we go. We're now in the air. Look, you can just see our shadow. It's right there, just disappearing. We're only going to be doing a short flight on this aircraft. We fly just over there. So we are going to raise our gear. So now the wheels are gone off the bottom of the aircraft. That turn was a bit steep. So I'm going to go 75% throttle, so we can fly around the mountain, because we're trying to land over there. I'm just going to do that, so we're going to be landing right over there. So our aircraft is now just staying at a steady altitude. We should just be able to stay here. The ground is actually pretty detailed, I'm not gonna lie. I don't see the runway yet, but I should be able to see it soon. It's eventually going to come into view right around there. I don't see it, but we're just going to need to start approaching the runway. So we're going to lower our flaps just so we don't go too fast. There's the runway. We just need to lower ourselves a bit. So we took off just from that runway that you can see right there. And there's where we're going to land. I'm going to lower my landing gear now. Actually, no, I think it's a bit early. I'm going to speed this part of the video up, or I might not, but basically it's where the planes, they touch down back first. So we're going to fly right now. Oh, that was a bit too much. This is going to be a horrible landing. Hey, it wasn't too bad. It was pretty bad. That's only the first flight of today's video. So we're just going to look for a stand to park the aircraft right over there. So let's just get off the runway. And I believe the next plane we're going to be flying is going to be an Airbus A320. This is only a small prop plane. The name is right there, an Atr-72. Pretty small. Alright, here we go. It's just a straight shot now. Then we will be able to just stop the aircraft. And then the first flight will be finished. That's all that matters. So let's turn off the engines and let's get out of the aircraft. So I'm just going to open the door. I just have to wait for that to lower fully. And there we go. Alright, that's the first aircraft. So, unlike the last aircraft, we actually have to use a stair truck or one of the gates over there to actually access the aircraft. So we are going to use the stair truck and actually we're going to just retract this and bring it back. So then we're going to delete that so it won't get in our way later. And then we're going to use the pushback truck or pushback tug again, just to move the aircraft back. Because in real life I don't think aircraft have engines able to bring them back. This is so wonky. We're just going to taxi a bit off the line here, just to align the aircraft a bit differently. This is unrealistic, but it doesn't really matter. Just to flip the aircraft around to bring it over this way. And now here we are going to start up the engines. And we're going to make our way to the runway. We're going to be flying to Greater Rockford today, which is just a short trip. No, we're going to be flying. Yeah, we're going to be flying to Greater Rockford. Or no. Well, where should we fly? We're going to actually fly just... So yeah, we're going to fly. Yeah, so it's only me. As you can see, I'm over 2,000 minutes, which means I'm one of the rarest ranks in the game, which is the elite pilot rank. So, yeah. Alright, let's just take off, and we're going to have to turn around for a short distance flight. What plane should we fly next? No, we are going to actually fly to Greater Rockford. We're actually going to go back to it later in the video though. Alright, here we go. We're going to have to stop. We're just going to have to wait until We are pretty high up in the air to retract our gear. I think 200 is high enough. And there we go. We're going to pitch up a little more. And we're going to... The last flight was just... I'll put it up on screen right now. It was only like there to there. I'll try my best to do that. Alright, but here we are. So the next aircraft we're going to be flying, I think I might fly the Airbus A330. So let's lower the flaps.
$70, $60, $50, $40, $30, $20, $10, retard.
That was a bit of a rough landing. But let's just slow down and park at a gate. We're going to be parking at gate 5, which is right there. So we are just going to go off the runway. And just do a short taxi to gate 5. There it is right there. The flight was about the same length as the last flight. I feel like that went a bit quicker. Alright, so we are going to just lower this now. And here we go. We can just walk into the airport. So unlike the last plane, you'll actually notice that this aircraft is really big, so they'll have to, sometimes, most of the time, they'll actually have to use a jet bridge, which is this thing there, to connect the plane directly to the airport, because it's big to fit at small stands. Alright, so, I'm going to push back now. This pushback is going a lot smoother than the other ones. So we are going to turn the aircraft back there. I'm going to try align it with the taxiway just to get this to be nice. Right, there we go. Now we are just going to taxi this away. Alright, now time to start up the engines and begin our flight. This is also one of my favorite aircrafts in real life, so I really hope this gets revamped in the game, because that would be very nice. Can we replicate that? So we are now entering the runway. And then we're going to stop and prepare for takeoff. Now we're going to lower our flaps just a bit, just so we don't go too fast. Only 90% throttle. In this flight we are going to be flying a lot of a longer distance. A full transatlantic flight. Here we go. And we are now in the air. We're going to raise the landing gear now. Well, it looks pretty nice of a view. Let's see what this looks like in our actual cockpit. Here you can just see the city and the island going away as we are taking off. So we're going to be flying right back over the island. We're going to be flying over the island again. This is the highest we've actually been so far in the video. Alright, so there we go. We're just flying over a beach right now. Then we're going to be flying over this bridge right here to get on our path. And here we go. We're now going to cruise in the air. And we're going to throttle up to full for our journey across the ocean. So we've traveled so far. Here to here. Now we're going to be traveling from here to here. So this is going to be the longest flight, and just so I know we are flying to Tokyo. And we're going to come in
170, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Retard. Retard.
Stop.
And here we are. Alright, so just time to put up the jetway, and then that's the flight on the Airbus A380 completed. So just one more plane to go. Try this right now. So let's get in. And there we go. We're not going to use a pushback tool this time, because I honestly don't see the need to. So we're going to lower the nose visor just a bit so that we can have a better view. And just give me 1 second, Waffles. Hopefully he comes back in, but and here we go, we're firing up the engines. And we actually need afterburners, which are like fighter jet engines, to go this fast. We're going to need to pull up quite a lot just to get this thing in the air. I need to take off. We're just going to quiet down the engines while we're over land. And just so we don't go faster than the speed of sound over land. Alright, there we go. We're no longer over land, let's just fire them up. And we're going to fly back to Greater Rockford, but really quick this time. Oh, bit of a collision. A bit early. Oh, going a bit too fast. Eek. And there we go. Second last flight completed. And let's go to the biggest passenger aircraft. Let's get straight into flying this time. So I'm going to enter to the second floor. Now let's come down here into the cockpit. But we actually have to use the pushback tug. I forgot about this. Just to get the aircraft back and ready for flight. And now let's despawn that and get into flying the A380. So I'm going to lower the flaps, and here we go, and we're going to take off. Here's the cockpit view of us taking off. And then let's retract the landing gear, and there's a view of the city from the aircraft. I'm going to try. No, I can't. I was trying to get a view of what it might look like from business class or first class. We'll bank a bit just to correct some movements.
Minimum 200. 100.
Alright, so I just need to touch down.
70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Retard. Retard.
There we go.
Stalled. Stalled.
Then we're just going to taxi to our gate. And there we go, just align with the gate. Then just literally taxi to the gate. Oh crap, I pressed the wrong thing. Oops. Now I'm just gonna skip this part of the video, so no one's going to see this. Well, I'm gonna try to do that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. Thank you.